Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today we're over on our ram farm, and we got the rams in another paddock over here. And we hadn't grazed this side of the farm pretty much since last fall. And during the drought, it didn't look like there was much over here. And came over and looked at it earlier. And it's like, man, there's just not much over there to even bring the cattle to. So we got into a situation where the bulls were. The grass is ready to graze for another rotation on that farm, but there's no shade. And where they're going to be starting at, there wasn't a tree out there or something that you just don't want to be grazing in an area like that where you're getting, the next 4 days is 102. Today's supposed to be 100. 4 days in a row, 102 degrees. And I don't like stressing animals. I wouldn't want to be locked out in the sun when it's 102 degrees. And so we decided to bring the bulls over here. We've got trees all over this paddock. I'm guessing there's about 20 acres in this piece. And we were pleasantly surprised when we came over to set up all the fence. This is run by a solar charger, by the way. So it's all just reels and poly wire. We do have some high tensile over here on the perimeter. That's our feeder wire. It's a 3-wire sheep fence. Okay, but the top wire is 32, so that'll hold the bull. And we brought 21 bulls over here, and we kept the machos. We brought them over where the cows are closer. We have a paddock over there, and they're being sold. We're auctioning and just selling those directly to customers. So I didn't want to put them in here because I don't have that good of catch facilities here. So they went to another farm. So there's 21 head here, and they're drinking out of this pond. And so what we did, we don't have a rock skirt on this pond. It's really not worth putting a rock skirt on. The pond is so old, it's about 3 foot deep in the middle. So I don't want to go in here and spend $1,000 on a rock skirt and then have the pond dry up. So what we did, because of the rain, it brought the pond back up. We ran a 2-wire poly all the way around the edge of it. It's not hot, but the bulls think it is. And all we're doing is we're trying to keep them from going out in the pond and just mucking it up. So they're able to drink around the edges. And that water grass is very, very palatable. So they went in there and they trimmed the water grass away from the fence on the first day. So when Jan and I came over this morning, I was pleasantly surprised how much forage was left. Because, you know, we're going to try and get, 15 to 16 days out of it. Well, now I'm looking at it. We might do better than that. We might get, 20 to 22 days. There's just more forage here than what it looked like. And that's compliments of the rain that we got. So we're gonna walk up here. I'm gonna show you the pasture. You gotta keep in mind, this hasn't been grazed this year. And we didn't come over here and brush hog it. Next year we will. There's autumn olives are starting to take over some of these ridges.
Will we brush out the autumn olives?
No. We made a new investment yesterday. We bought another electric chainsaw, those little ones. Folks, that little chainsaw we've got, it weighs about 5 pounds, okay? And you put a battery pack on it, you make 500 cuts. We bought a backup battery so that we can go 1,000 cuts. It is a beast. It cuts those autumn olives off and it leaves a nice little round stump so you can paint it. If you use a weed eater with the Ninja Star blade on it like this, yeah, you're not bending over, but you're not doing any good. All you're doing is just cutting them off and making them mad. Because when you go in there and paint that stump with a Ninja Star after it's cut, the stump is shattered. Okay?
Frayed out.
Frayed out. When you put your brush killer on it, you don't kill it. It doesn't kill it. Where the bulls are over there, the boys and I, this last winter, we probably cut 10,000 autumn olives over there. And I've only found about 3 that are coming back. And those are ones we missed. We didn't paint them. You can tell. There's like 6 or 8 sprouts off of one stump. But all the other stumps out there, you can walk, you can find them. There's nothing coming back. So we did it. We got it done. I don't like going out and, there's a lot of autumn olives out here, but with 2 guys running saws and 2 guys coming right behind with stump killer, we'll just take one ridge at a time, and we're going to help Brent and Brittany, and get this pasture back in shape, because I didn't brush hog this last year. And then this year it didn't, so it's been 2 years. And boy, I mean, those autumn olives.
Yeah, you can see them out
Oh,
there.
they're coming on.
They're having a party.
They're having a party, and we're going to have a party with autumn olives. But Isaac had a really good idea. We don't have to deal with the leaves if we do it in the wintertime. So when the leaves come off, you can see them just as good.
Yeah, but the sap's already down in the ground.
No, you killed them. We killed them this winter.
Well, that's
Every
true.
single one, or the McDowell farm, they're dead. We killed them. If that tree's alive and you cut that stump, I don't care what time of the year it is, you're going to kill it if you paint it. But you've got to use enough paint. You can't just tickle it, I call it. You got to put some on it. Let's go up here and look at what we got, what we're grazing.
I'm gonna get in the shade.
You're going to put me in the sun. You're going to get
No,
the
just
shade.
go right here.
I want to show what we grazed.
Okay.
So this is the line. So I went down yonder and rolled up the reel, and Jana unhooked me up here. So all this is what they were on yesterday. This is what they're on today. As you can see, I mean, there's pretty good feed in here. There's a lot of summer annuals. There's some fall panicum. There's actually some love grass. There's some big blue stem in here. There's a lot of lespedeza. Here it is. You're starting to see. This is Korean lespedeza. And where I walked, where those bulls are grazing right now, I would say it's 30%. It's that thick over there. And those bulls' heads are actually down low. They're going after that Korean lespedeza. It's a wonderful plant. Well, you can see it, it's all in here. It's kind of thin right in here, but where the bulls are grazing, it makes up probably 30% of the grass. So by grazing it off right now, we're in August 21st,
20th.
August 20th. We're getting it grazed off early enough that we get the bulls out of here by, let's say, the 10th of September.
After the grazing school.
Yeah, after the grazing school, and let this rest. We could probably bring the bulls back over here in, December, January, and get another, 20 to 25 days, and just bring a couple bales in case you get snow. Because that pond, it's going to have enough water in it. You could cut the ice on that, and that would be your water supply for this paddock. So it's a pretty nice piece. I mean, Brent and Brittany have 33 acres here, and I think there's about 4 or 5 acres that's timber back, and the rest is all grass. So it's coming on. It was a pretty rough little piece when they bought it, but we got the fence put in back here, and it's got woven wire fence all the way around it with 2 strands of barb on top. So it's a very secure fence. You can see the bulls in the background there. They're pretty happy. They're doing well on this grass. And what's cool about this, folks, is getting off the what we call the bull farm, the one we had them on. If we can give that, let's say 20 to 25 days rest right now, right in the fall stockpile period, that farm's going to crank. It's going to grow up a lot of grass, especially if we can keep getting some rain. We're not going to grow much grass in the next 5 days. It's 102, 4 days in a row. Today's going to be 100. So it's really, it's just divine providence. Thank you, God, for giving us those rains. We had 11 days in a row of rain. And we were at the point when, we were looking at selling off another pretty good chunk of our cow herd, because you don't want to be stuck feeding a lot of hay when there's no hay to be purchased. Folks, there was people baling hay around here. They would mow and rake 2 acres. 2 acres of ground to get 1 bale. Normally it makes 3 to 5 bales per acre. 2 acres for 1 bale. Folks, that's a lot of equipment and a lot of fuel to go around to get 1 bale. That's why there's just hardly any hay available. If you can find it, it's it's almost like gold. So,
And we feel very blessed that our hay guy.
Our hay guy held on to it. He was offered a lot more money than what he'd priced it to us for, but you know, that's one of the advantages of building a good relationship with your hay contractor, which we have over the years. Folks, when people bring your hay to you and they bring that last load, we have it delivered, okay? You write them a check immediately. It's none of this, oh, I left the checkbook at the house, I'll get you paid in a couple of days, and then a month later you still haven't got them paid. That leaves a really, really nasty taste in that contractor's mouth. Because he went through all the expense of mowing it, raking it, baling it, fertilizing it, hauling it, and you didn't pay him, you won't be buying any hay from him again. You're gonna go to the bottom of his list. We're at the very top, okay? And I usually give him a bonus, you know, give him a little extra, because Jan and I appreciate him selling us hay, and he does a good job, better than we could ever do, because we'd have to buy all the equipment. And I don't know if anybody out there has bought a new baler lately, but they're not cheap. They're a little bit pricey. So yeah, we're looking at trying to grow as much grass over on the bull farm as we possibly can. So this little farm, even though there's only 20 acres here, we got 21 head of bulls, okay? We've got them in here, we're just stripping them. We've got all the paddocks put up on this side, then we'll strip graze the other side. And we're gonna get some good days out of this, and I'm excited about that. So
Yeah, and we shouldn't have moved them this morning, because...
Yeah, we came over here. Well, we didn't know. We gave him a piece with the pond, and I don't like, until I kind of get a feel of the land and how much grass is there, I'll give him a little extra, and that's what we did. And you could tell this morning they really didn't need to be moved, but we drove over here. I'm like, we're gonna move them, and tomorrow we will not move them. We're gonna make them clean up, get 3 days out of 2 moves. So yeah, I like this little farm because it's got shade, folks. It's got trees scattered around the landscape. There's some trees back in here they can get into. There's several over here. It's just nice to have shade when it reaches 102. And the humidity this morning, honey, what was that like?
It was like fog, but it wasn't fog.
And you got water dripping down your nose.
No. And it's it's barely not even 8 o'clock.
Jan, you look like you're hauling hay or something.
I am.
What the heck?
I am hauling hay. I'm hauling the phone.
Your shirt.
I have good German genetics. I sweat. I don't glow. I don't perspire. I sweat.
Looks like somebody threw a bucket of water on.
I know.
Oh, God. I shouldn't be talking. My eyes are watering right now, and it's not because of laughter. It's sweat. But, yeah, shout out to everybody coming to the grazing school. It's starting to fill up, and we're going to be seeing some of y'all. There are still some spots left. If y'all are on the fence and you want to come see how we do it in action, right to the heart of our operation. We don't hide anything. We're going to tell you our successes and our failures. And from that, you'll have a better understanding of what's going on. Folks, y'all have a good one. Hit that subscribe button on the way out, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.